And I brought him here. And I did it with one hand.
Sana?
You have lady one, and a guys one. This is not quarter patu.
Good day everybody, welcome back to my channel. We're currently in Witagrong and we're making ourselves ready for a 4-hour journey to Central Suriname Nature Reserve. This is going to be a 4-hour journey in the most remote area of Suriname. This means that there won't be any phone receptions or internet, so let's embark into a journey to the most remote area in Suriname. Our journey began early in the morning. What was supposed to be a 4-hour trip to Witagrong turned into an 8-hour ordeal due to relentless rain and treacherous roads. The rainy season had just begun, and while I expected some challenges, I hadn't anticipated such a grueling adventure. Through it all, the group remained enthusiastic and weathered the storm together. The trip wasn't over yet because another 4-hour boat ride lay between us and our destination. Well, they're done packing the boat. The only thing left to do is to travel. A 4-hour journey through the Kopanama River to the island of, what's it called? Kaimangstong, I think. Just all done really professionally. These guys have years and years and years of experience, as you can see for yourself. Boat rides through the Amazon rainforest are truly something else. It's incredible to be out here in the wild. This is pure untouched Amazon rainforest here in Suriname. We've been cruising for about 3 hours so far, plus minus 3 hours, cruising through the Kopanama River, which is the cleanest river in Suriname, by the way. But after a total travel time of 12 hours, we were rewarded with one of the most beautiful scenes so far, Fungu Island, with the lodge standing out as the center of attention. This was a journey we knew was going to be worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fungu Island. After 12 hours, we finally made it to Fungu Island. This is where we will be staying for the next couple of days. 4 days to be exact, 4 days and 3 nights. First impressions, as always, this place is really amazing. This is my 3rd time here and it seems like we're the only guests for this weekend. But that's self-explanatory because it's very difficult to come here, or rather it takes a lot of time just to organize a trip to Falls Beta. This is why Falls Beta is one of the least visited destination here in Suriname. This was the main lodge where we were supposed to stay, but since we were the only ones on the island, we had the freedom to sleep wherever we felt like home. I chose the main lodge where you sleep in hammocks. Be sure to bring your own. Most lodges have their own cooking areas, but the main lodge boasts the most breathtaking kitchen view I've ever seen. I've traveled to many places, but nothing compares to this view. The stove has seen better days. Oh, next time you're coming to Falls Beta, bring your own stove because this one ain't looking good. You can see for yourself, not that hygienic. But Clarence is doing his best to make it work. The others stayed at the second lodge, which can host around 20 people in a dorm-like setup. It's more enclosed compared to the main lodge. When you visit Fungu Island, you have options, from communal lodges to private houses, although I didn't get a chance to see the private houses myself. After a night's rest, it was finally time for the hike. The group, although a little late, was very enthusiastic about the trip. While others were done and waiting, there were still others preparing for food, but that gave us a chance to meet Hiho, a guide with years of experience.
Ay, juego? Wala nga a trip de. Wala nga a trip de fuwaka. Ako nga oferta. O may euro. 3 euro waka.
After waiting for around 50 minutes, we were on our way to Volksberg through the rapids of the Kapunama River. It's been a long time coming, but it feels good to be back here in the wild where there's no internet reception, no phone reception, nothing. Just uncivilized, untouched rainforest. Man, I love it. I love being here. I love the feeling of being here. The trip to Volksberg is quite an adventure because the boatman has to maneuver his way up the river, which requires going through some very heavy rapids, as you can see for yourself. Morgen. So I just had to make an appointment in what time. The boatman will have to pick us up. He's going to pick us up at 6 p.m. So we have a lot of time to discover this untouched rainforest. But 18 people and one guide. The guide already told us he won't be talking too much. He's just going to bring us to the mountain because it's starting to get a little cloudy. So we can expect a lot of rainfall during this hike. As you set out on your hike through one of Suriname's pristine rainforests, you immediately sense the untouched beauty around you. With no lodging or signs of mining, the dense rainforest envelopes you, offering a true escape into nature. Your adventure leads you to the mesmerizing Anyumara Falls, the first of many breathtaking waterfalls you'll discover in the Raleigh National Park. This is one of the main rapids you'll come across when doing the hike, the Anyumara Falls. Really beautiful rapid. Most of the time, this is one of the attractions that it's done when you're done with the hike. So after the 8 hours of trekking, this is the last stop where you can cool down, relax, and wait for the boatsman. As you continue down the trail, the rich variety of vegetation under the rainforest canopy unfolds before you, each step revealing more of the hidden wonders of the Suriname rainforest. It's 10 minutes past 11 and it's exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes in which we've been trekking. So it's 2 more hours of this. It's a really long trek. So we made it to the foot of the mountain. It's about 25 minutes past 1 p.m. Everybody's a little excited, so everybody's shouting around. And that's around, let's see, 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's record timing. So you can see here, oh there, yeah. That's Volksberg. It's around 300 meters in height, almost 300 meters. It's about 270 meters to be exact. And that's the last hike onto the top. It's a really crazy climb. It's a very hard climb. I rated around 2.5 out of 5. So somebody that isn't used to trekking will find it very difficult. After a brief rest at the plateau, we prepared for the climb ahead. The experience was unforgettable. Despite our exhaustion, we pressed on, driven by sheer determination. It was less about physical strength and more about mental resolve to keep moving forward. Well, Kevin, his arm is broken. He got stung by a mosquito.
Yeah, it was a wasp, bro. It was a wasp. Don't be giving these people false information. I'm tired, Damien.
Some places you have to crawl between the dense forest. This is one of the situations. Yes, wow. Can see how humid here is. Even during the rainy season, it's really warm or hot under the canopy of the forest. I'm really sweating. You seen how narrow the climb is? From experience, the first 15 minutes of this climb is the hardest part. Okay, got my hands full. So it's a little harder than it usually is. It's already starting to pour. I can hear the water drops hitting the leaves. This is a visual experience of how exhausted I am, so you can have an idea of how hard this trek is. But I have to say, I'm not doing any dynamic sports anymore, so every trek has become a lot harder. Especially since I converted into powerlifting, which is a little more static. A lot more static. The rain, although an annoyance, brought an unexpected element of fun. Never had I experienced anything like this, climbing a hill amidst a tropical storm. Just when we thought it couldn't get any harder, it became far more dangerous. Every step was slippery, and looking down added an extra layer of fear. Third time, different experience. This time with a little rain to make the climb more challenging and a lot more scarier. It was very slippery coming onto the top, but it was pretty exciting. I like the situation where it's a little shady, a little dangerous. It adds more to the adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top of Falls Better.
And I brought him here. And I did it with one hand. More impressive.
next day, we were off to another attraction in the area, the Muddervallen. This hike was short but special because it was very educational. We've learned a lot about the local trees along the way. The one that stood out was the walking tree, a tree that walks through the forest using its roots. At the end of the hike, we were treated to a stunning sight, a massive rapid. Due to the high tide, swimming wasn't allowed, but the view was an incredible bonus after climbing Valsberg. This was my 4-day trip to the interior of Suriname at one of its most underrated destinations, Valsberg. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.